ATS has been so successful because it's not just a school. I feel like it's been successful because it's like a family.
If I had to put it in a word, I would say change.
The community, leadership, and openness to change.
Yo creo que ATS, parte de su éxito es que ha ido evolucionando conforme a los cambios que nos han ido pidiendo la modernidad, y porque creo que es una escuela que proporciona a sus alumnos lo mejor.
When you come to school to learn here, it's like leaving your home and coming to another home. It's a home away from home for students. They're very comfortable, they're very happy. They get to be themselves, they get to explore their talents, discover their talents, and their talents are celebrated.
And every one of the actions that ATS considers have the children at the center of it.
It's a historical moment for ATS. Thank you to our honored guests for being here and making this such a relevant moment for our anniversary, which is going to be a school year long. I want to especially thank our alumni, your honored guests today. Thank you for being here. Let's give a big round to the alumni.
Es muy emotivo estar como exalumno, efectivamente, como papá y como abuelo ante ustedes. Yo creo que es muy merecido hacer un gran festejo por cumplir 100 años. Una institución es de reconocerse, sobrevivir, y en este caso particular, de forma muy exitosa, impresionantemente exitosa, celebrar un centenario, que se dice fácil, pero que repito, no muchos lo logran. Agradezco infinitamente su presencia. El desfile me dejó emocionado y siempre llevaré en el espíritu el ATS Spirit. Muchas gracias.
ATS is much more than just a school that equips its students with the tools necessary to face the challenges of the future. ATS is part of the very foundation of our lives. It would be difficult to imagine our lives, or even our dreams, in isolation from ATS.
I would describe ATS as a family. For me, it has been the support that has gotten me to where I am now. I believe that with its rigorous classes, with its well-educated teachers, and with all the nurturing community that it offers, it has given us the best of the best, and it allows us to go as far as we can go.
ATS lo describiría como una comunidad que ha logrado realmente trascender. Es increíble cómo muchos exalumnos que tienen un sentido de pertenencia y un cariño y una idea de cómo los transformó el haber estado aquí en esta institución.
Well, I would describe ATS as the land of opportunities, because this school provides a lot of opportunities that are presented in the United States and even more, like APs and organizations such as NHS, Stuco, and even Upstanders Alliance. And I really believe that this is a place in which students can dig out the most out of the opportunities presented us in the academic level, the sports level, and even the arts level.
It's a beautiful place.
Una escuela que está comprometida con estar certificada, lo que para mí es muy importante.
I would say that it's really fun. It's really interesting. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things you can learn.
The American School of Tampico not only teaches you English, teaches you a way of life, teaches you how to be good, how to try to conquer new ideas, try to be a better person and a better human being.
ATS is super big.
Como una comunidad multicultural, progresista, enfocada al futuro, es una comunidad incluyente.
I will describe ATS by saying it's a very safe environment where everyone can be themselves, and you know you will be accepted by your peers, because we have the school gives you a warm welcome when you come here.
Big, fun, and really pretty, and a really pretty school.
ATS is a modern, forward-thinking institution which embraces new opportunities within teaching and learning.
It has a very beautiful campus, and everyone here feels like they are at home.
My favorite place is the pond, because I can give food to the dogs.
Es una escuela de vanguardia que está preocupada constantemente por el crecimiento tanto de educación como de valores para nuestros hijos y también para nosotros como padres de familia.
It's big, it's good, it's cool.
ATS para mi esposa, mis hijos y para mí es una extensión de nuestra familia. Siempre lo hemos visto así y así nos lo hacen sentir. Compartimos valores, compartimos objetivos y compartimos amigos.
Over the last century, ATS has been home to a myriad of success stories. What was once a welcome response to a very specific need of expatriates living in Tampico was later adopted by the community as its very own, becoming a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for thousands of individuals.
La escuela se inició en una casita de madera en la calle Carranza, donde nada más iban extranjeros. Era un salón, en un salón había 2 o 3 grados porque eran 3, 4, 5 niños por grado. Después de ahí, el colegio se pasó a la colonia Campbell, a un edificio que anteriormente había sido casa de huéspedes de los solteros de las compañías, y a la escuela se quedó ahí, ¿verdad?, por siempre.
When I entered ATS, I was 4 years old, and we were 2 grade levels in a classroom. That means I was a pre-kinder or a kinder student and a first grade students. We were all in the same classroom. We were few students. It also gave the teacher the time to get to know us very well.
Well, in 1967, we were fighting to get 300 students into the school because we couldn't afford to operate the school with less than 300 students. For some reason or other, after a few years, people were fighting to get into the school.
Otra parte importante era cuando los niños, cuando la escuela ya estaba saturada, no dábamos abasto para darle cabida a los niños que querían solicitar su entrada, porque obviamente tenían preferencia a los hijos de exalumnos y los hermanitos de ya alumnos, y dejabas a gente afuera, gente muy querida, comprabas a veces enemistades, ¿verdad? Pero las filosofías y objetivos de la escuela conllevaban tener salones pequeños, o sea, no más allá de los 20, 25 alumnos.
Porque cuando estaba el kinder no era el problema, porque pues entraban los que querían nada más, pero cuando empezó el maternal, yo recibía las solicitudes desde que nacían los niños para que pudieran entrar, y si había lugar después de los hermanitos y de los exalumnos, se les daba lugar, si no, pues no.
We had 550 children in that school, and we were making storage rooms underneath the staircases, and we were inventing places. The outdoor show pavilion was turned into 2 schoolrooms. We built more rooms for the younger set because suddenly we had 2 rooms for every grade instead of 1 room.
No fue fácil desde el punto de vista financiero ni del punto de vista técnico del entorno en el que estábamos con una zona semiarqueológica que tuvimos que ir a pedir permiso al Instituto Nacional de Antropología e Historia México. Creo que esa parte mostró el hacer bien, o sea, pudimos haberlo hecho más simple y empezar y nomás no tocar el CUE que tenemos acá. Pero no, quisimos abrirlo, vino gente de México que nosotros tuvimos que pagar, contratar gente para hacer excavaciones y sondeos para ver qué tipo de arqueología podía hacer y caminó, pero siempre el equipo, fuimos 2 o 3 a México a platicar con esta gente.
The move was done as a miracle. In a couple of days we moved from our old school to the new school. Parents, thanks to them and their support, their vans, their trucks, everything was there for us to move into the new building.
De los directores que yo he conocido, fue primero la señora Dahlgren, que fue cuando yo estudiaba, después la señora Esther, que me tocó todavía una parte como estudiante, después ya como mi jefa, después la señora Pumarejo, después Jorge Correa, el señor Factor y por último Emma.
The trees are just sort of part of the school, and it's wonderful that this school, when this land was bought for this new school, but there were so many of the big trees here too, so that they could.
Pasamos por buenas y por malas, pasamos por crisis, pasamos por hiperinflaciones, inflación del 150%. Recuerdo una vez que, por única vez creo yo, tuvimos que modificar las colegiaturas durante el año, o sea, cosa que nunca se había hecho, creo que solo fue una vez, pero con esas tasas de inflación, nosotros siempre, nuestro presupuesto era para el año escolar, en tiempos de estabilidad económica, pues, pero con un cambio tan severo que tuvimos en esa época, pues no podía salir, o sea, teníamos que ajustar y se ajustaron las colegiaturas, la respuesta de padres de familia fue comprendida y salimos adelante.
Elementary school was the only part that was CEP, recognized by CEP first. And then maybe in late 70s, early 80s, the middle school or secondary school was recognized, and just recently we added the high school. So now our kids graduate with full recognition. Now even preschool needs to be recognized by the Mexican Ministry of Education. So the entire school has now been recognized. In the 80s, a very important thing changed for ATS, and that was the board made the decision of going for the accreditation. And at the beginning of the 90s, the school was finally accredited by an international association and put in the international map. And we became part of what in those days was the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. That too evolved, and now it's called Advanced Ed, and we continue to be accredited. We've been accredited for that many years, since 1991. And the accreditation and fulfilling standards, international quality standards, led the board to make important decisions and risky, and that was building a new campus. That's why the new campus was built, and the standards were met, and students have been benefited by that, and their preparation now competes with the preparation of students in any accredited school in the world, giving them access to elite universities. So I think the evolution of the accreditation and the changes of that is one of the most important aspects of the school administration, and has resulted in helping our students.
Studying at ATS is an invaluable experience. It draws you close to the entire world and teaches you to think globally, while molding your character such as that you can give your very best at everything you do.
ATS has influenced my life in a very positive way. It has helped me to develop my leadership skills and to not be afraid of doing what I love and what I like.
ATS has influenced my life in many ways. It has taught me many lessons about friendship, courage, success, service, and gratitude.
I don't know if ATS has influenced my life, if that's what I would say. I think ATS is just an integral part of my life. I've never been away. ATS is home for me.
I think ATS will give my kids the necessary tools and strategies to become leaders and with self-confidence in whatever career they may wish to pursue.
The most important thing for me is I got to know my friends for life.
Well, besides the English, also the friendship they built. My friends from elementary school here, from kinder, all those friends are still my friends with the ones that I go out to those days 40 years later. So you build like a family in the ATS. It's an ATS family, not only school.
I really do believe that everything I have been able to achieve in my life, I do owe it to my years at ATS.
Bueno, la escuela ha influido en mí porque me ha enseñado a ser una persona, creo yo, de honor, respetable. Me ha enseñado a tener mejor contacto con mis semejantes a través de la enseñanza de mis maestros.
¿Cómo influyó en mi vida? Yo creo que muchos trabajos que yo pude obtener en el despacho era por manejar el idioma, o sea, no sé si me explico. Es un agregado y a veces mi hijo Germán dice, es como otra carrera, papá.
I've been part of sports since I was very little, and I think that has formed me into the person I am today, meaning that I now know how to work as a team.
I would say that the American school influenced my life mainly along two lines. Number one, my values. Number two, the American school gave me a competitive edge in life because a good knowledge of English has always been a tremendous help to me in my professional life.
Pues ha influido en todos los aspectos porque realmente marcó mi vida, fue parte desde mi niñez, crecí aquí.
When they are teaching me the things like in math, that are the things that I'm going to do when I grow up. And things like that, science and social studies, when they ask me something of the past, of history, I will know it.
In my rhythmic gymnastics career, I was national team for a lot of years. And thanks to my formation here at school and my English, I could speak to other participants from other countries.
The English language has helped me a lot in my life, in my business, and I'm proud that I was an ATS alumni.
It has made me environmentally aware, and it has made me be able to stand up for what I believe in. So it has impacted in many ways my life.
I like playing with my friends.
When I studied here, I made a lot of friends that are still friends of mine. We're like practically family.
ATS has influenced my life in ways I can't explain and I can't begin to think. It has given me the tools to go to China, for example. It gave me the experience of going to Yale. In Yale, the only way I could have gotten the first place, I believe, is with the education that I received at ATS.
Friendship is something that ATS gives you. My mom has been working at ATS her whole life, so ATS has been part of my life wherever, and still is.
To go by my goals and my dreams.
That it is okay to ask questions, to have your own voice, and then to raise your voice.
All of what I am is related to something that happened at school in one way or another. While I was a teacher, while I was a student, there's always something that takes me back. The ATS are my roots.
My kids definitely have a globalized perspective, and throughout their studies and throughout their different experiences and different schools in the United States and with many of their friends that have always noticed that it was their years at ATS living in Mexico and experienced this globalized education that gave them an edge.
But more than the language part of it was the background and the culture, which enabled them, once they left the American school, all three of them studied and graduated from universities in the United States, felt at home anywhere.
ATS taught my children to be risk takers, to always give the best of themselves and try new experiences.
In recess, I like to play in the monkey park.
Yo no me arrepiento, al contrario, de haber tomado la decisión de que mis hijos se quedaran aquí en preparatoria. Los veo ahorita que pueden, que destacan en los lugares donde se encuentran, que Daniela en Monterrey y Alberto en Abu Dhabi no se les limitó, su pensamiento no les limitó el hecho de que pueden siempre participar en cosas extras.
My kids have gained, in addition to all of the academics, which are a given, they've gained an international perspective. It's important to say that the level of English that they take once they graduate open doors for them wherever they go. I think that they truly become global citizens by going through the ATS program.
Excelente escuela, al grado de que uno de mis hijos logró entrar a una escuela que está rankeada Rice como el número 8 de las mejores universidades de Estados Unidos. Actualmente trabaja para una firma de consultoría. Mi otro hijo, Faustino, entró también a SMU en Texas y ahorita trabaja también para una consultoría internacional. Entonces creo que la preparación que aquí les dan es base para salir adelante y aparte les presentan muchas oportunidades para que su mundo se abra.
In the classroom, I like to draw.
The ability to think, the critical thinking, and making decisions and choosing or not choosing things to do based on what makes sense and what's logic.
I think the biggest thing that ATS gives us is that there's no limit, like not even the sky. Like you can go as far as you can dream you can go to.
My children will be bilingual. That's the most basic application of being at ATS.
Their teachers treat him like I treat him, with love and respect, and that helps kids grow up as strong men, and those are the people we need in the future.
It is the place where I have learned everything that I know, and it has really helped me to grow as a person. It has taught me a lot of skills that I have used throughout my life, and that I know that I will continue using them.
Son muy libres, o sea, te comentan cuando ya hicieron, te comentan el éxito o el fracaso, pero te lo comentan después de haberlo intentado. Yo creo que eso es lo que te da a decir, yo quiero enfrentar y tomar riesgos, tratar de conocer cuál es lo peor que puede pasar y lo mejor que puede pasar, pero por ellos mismos, o sea, saber que la vida es una lucha.
Mis tres hijos han tenido la oportunidad de acudir a eventos deportivos y académicos con ATS fuera de estas instalaciones. Y me he podido percatar con cada uno de ellos que no solo regresan contentos por haberse divertido, sino he visto cómo han crecido con esas experiencias. La seguridad, la confianza en sí mismos que han adquirido se nota de inmediato en sus regresos. Se han dado cuenta también que realmente no solo tienen oportunidades increíbles por estar aquí adentro, sino que están a la altura académicamente de cualquier persona con la que ellos quieran compararse. Ese roce en ocasiones, incluso con gente de varios países, los ha hecho crecer.
I do want to acknowledge the labor that high school has done. It's a wonderful high school. I think all the programs, the staff, the faculty, it's like putting everything so that the students can shine. Of course, they have to do their job. Malu worked very hard, but it's a great high school.
Independencia. Definitivamente yo veo con mi hijo un crecimiento en estar haciendo las cosas por él mismo, estarse buscando, indagando, investigando.
Yo creo que mis hijos, como la mayoría de los que se gradúan aquí en la escuela, lo principal que adquieren es seguridad en sí mismo, un conocimiento de cómo actuar.
To learn books.
Me encanta que los hace ciudadanos conscientes, ¿sí? Siempre están pensando en su comunidad, siempre les está fomentando los valores.
Bueno, son seres individuales, seres que aprendieron que tienen la libertad de pensamiento para crear sus propios proyectos.
Thank goodness our children are all ATS graduates, but the language has opened many doors in their careers, in their life, for their children or our grandchildren, and they are all responsible. I'm so proud of them. So it did influence the education at ATS.
Ustedes son el orgullo de sus padres, de sus maestros, de su ciudad. Son el resultado de un interesante experimento social en donde hoy por hoy representan lo más selecto de la juventud de esta región. Tienen la preparación académica y los valores suficientes para brillar en cualquier lugar del mundo. Vayan y pongan muy en alto su huella, pero sobre todo vayan y sean felices. Larga vida a la generación 2017.
Visionary men and women, for more than a century, have faithfully held the reins of leadership at ATS, guiding it down a path of great success. They have generously given of their time, knowledge, wisdom, and strategic insight, and most importantly, they have done so without regard of personal benefit.
Quiero reconocer a nuestro presidente honorario del Board of Trustees, un hombre visionario, entregado a nuestra escuela, y que gracias a él hoy tenemos la escuela americana tan hermosa en el campus San Paul. Buford Anderson. Buford Anderson llegó a Tampico a mediados de los 60s y en el 71 le fueron entregadas literalmente las llaves de la escuela y le dijeron: ahí te encargas, a ver qué puedes hacer. Y fue así que se dio a la tarea de conocer a fondo y entregarse a esta gran institución. Esto hace ya casi 50 años. Su labor y dedicación a la educación ha sido su pasión por más de medio siglo. Le pido a Buford que pase al frente a recibir un reconocimiento de nuestra parte. Muchas gracias.
Tampico and Mexico that has done so much for us. Thank you very much. When my wife, Malvina, and I first moved to Tampico, this was in 1965, that's been a long time ago, she taught at the American school. So several years later, in the early 70s, I was asked by Joe Stead to take his place since he was leaving Tampico. He had been the head of the school. I think he called himself the president for a long time. As I reflect on those early years, I think two things are important. One was that the board consisted at that point of graduates, or at least former alumni of American schools, so there was a long history there of connection with American school as it existed back then. It was a small board. There were only 6 or 7 of us on the board, which in many ways was an advantage. We didn't have to manage so many people, and they were a cohesive group, and it was obvious that the number one priority in the board was the American school. We began gradually to change a lot of things, hopefully for the best, and so it was not until about 20 years later that we, the same board with a couple of additions, began planning and eventually built the new school at Toncoa. So there was a 20-year learning curve, and I think our emphasis always was on education and the students. And you can have the most beautiful building in the world, but if there's nothing inside it, then you've really just wasted your time. And so I later found out that with my children attending American school, and that there's some unique qualities about this school, that fierce loyalty, which is not always so common, at least in the United States, with elementary schools. And so I always appreciated and admired that.
My roles at ATS have changed over the years, from a child as a student to a trustee, was part of the board, and my most important role was a parent. I had 4 children at the school, and it was during those years that you really learn to appreciate what the school works so hard at doing, which is educating children. And as a trustee, your obligation is to make sure that that continues to be the main focus, never to lose sight of our children.
Cuando yo empezaba con un despacho de contadores independientes, o sea, trabajo básicamente de contabilidades de asesoría, conocí al señor Anderson y al señor Pierre, y no sé si ese año o 2 años después me invitaron a una comida a aquel club de hombres de negocios que estaba en el centro, y se me invitó al consejo de administración de la escuela. Obviamente la emoción fue grande, o sea, fue un reconocimiento en algo que pues, a mí me emocionaba, o sea, decir, ay, yo me sentía muy chico en ese entonces, o sea, como tan chicos, ya señores, etc. Pero fue una experiencia inolvidable, ¿no?
Bueno, para mí fue un honor devolverle un poquito al Colegio Americano de Tampico lo mucho que me otorgó a través de mis hijos y lo que le otorga a la sociedad tampiqueña. Y convivir con tan selecto grupo de consejeros y directivos ha sido una experiencia maravillosa.
Fue siempre una experiencia extraordinaria en el sentido de llegar un momento en que nuestra participación como padres de familia de alguna manera tuviera finalmente un impacto que está ahí erguido a través de la comunidad que hicimos con los padres de familia cuando nos tocó organizar la asociación y de alguna manera participar muy cercanamente con el cambio de instalaciones, ¿verdad? Entonces, está vinculado a muchas hojas de mi vida, están vinculadas a ATS.
Los recuerdos que yo tengo de ATS, así que guardo con mucho cariño, sin duda son los amigos, ¿no? Creo que es algo que conservo hoy en día.
A lot of the memories that I have during those years have to do with the playground. And I wish I would say it was with the math class or the language arts, but it had a lot to do with the playground and my friends.
I have a lot of wonderful memories of my years growing up at the American school, but mostly of the teachers, of course, wonderful people that had a great influence on my life. The friends we made, lifelong relationships, and of course, just the fun that we had as kids, running around, always running around throughout the school.
It was just really fun. We did Shakespeare in the 10th grade and with 3 students, and they were wonderful students. They were excited about it, and it was just fun to be with them. And I had taken a lot of Shakespeare in college, so I just loved having that touch with here in Mexico with the 10th grade, because they never had been exposed to Shakespeare before. So it was great for me. I loved it.
Well, I can only mention my very dear friends, many of whom I'm looking forward to seeing at this event we're going to have. I have the fondest memories of many of my teachers. Just to name a few, I would name Mrs. Phyllis Stead, Mrs. Ceballos, Mrs. Dahlgreen, and of course, amongst my memories of the American school stand out our orejones, our beautiful, beautiful trees that we used to play under.
Singing class. Bueno, Miss Rodríguez, son recuerdos padrísimos, toda la emoción que había cuando nos decían, ¿van a singing? Bueno, yo me ponía feliz. Las cantadas, todavía me acuerdo. Los concursos de baile, padrísimos los concursos de baile. Ganamos 3.
I always remember Pumi. Miss Pumi was a person that I still remember when I do things, because she not only taught us the subject, but also how to apply it in real life. I will always remember things she said about physics or math, algebra, science. I still apply things she taught us many years ago.
Me encantaban los maestros que traían su guitarra, entonces salíamos alrededor de los árboles y cantábamos y hacíamos singing class y hacíamos todo afuera, al aire libre.
Creo yo que algo que rescato de como bonito recuerdo es haber compartido el salón de clases en un salón mixto. O sea, que realmente haber crecido con nuestros amigos y amigas, haber crecido, pasar de la infancia, llegar a la juventud juntos, es algo que te marca mucho, porque hace un bond, o sea, una unión que perdura los años, perdura 50 y tantos años que tenemos de haber egresado de la escuela.
Some of my teachers I will never forget. Mrs. Gerling, oh, such a darling person. Margaret Griffiths, Mrs. Contreras, so many teachers. I don't know why I started saying names, because I'm going to forget some, and they were all great.
Well, it was a great time for me. I just studied elementary, middle school was just starting, but I remember Mrs. Rodriguez singing class, and right now the famous piano is in exhibition right now in elementary.
A lot of experiences during those years, because I had great teachers and great persons that were in charge of the American school. Mrs. Dahlgren was the principal of the school, and Mrs. Ted was the one that came after that. Also, Miss Ceballos was my teacher.
Well, of course, the teachers, Ms. Pumi, also the guys that used to work here like Lencho, Raul, and the memories of always having fun with the friends I've made for a lifetime.
I could write anecdotes of each one of the grades and every single teacher, and I keep them all very close to my heart.
I truly believe we have the best directors and staff and educators, teachers in our school, and are doing a fantastic job. It is that daily work that produces the results that we see with our children, our students, and alumni. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to say thank you. I think as a parent of children that have been at this school, I want to say thank you. And also as a student and an alum, I want to say thank you to those teachers, many of whom are no longer around, but I have wonderful memories of what they did for me and what they did for many generations.
I do think that education is the answer to many of the problems, or the solution to many of the problems that we have. And the best education that we can have and we can give to our children is going to take them to having a better life and a happy life. My advice in general is don't miss out on the opportunities for being better prepared, being a teacher, being a parent, being a student. It's about learning. It's about learning every day. It's about becoming a better person every day. It's ageless. It doesn't matter what stage of your life you are in. I mean, there's always something that you can learn, and we should all be avid learners and understand the opportunities that are offered here are unique, and we should all take advantage of those opportunities.
Let's continue to be that big, great ATS family.
Que sigan siendo las grandes personas que son para ellos, que se sigan sintiendo orgullosos de ser parte de la escuela.
Que se entreguen apasionadamente a la escuela, que antepongan los intereses de la escuela a los suyos y que van en el largo plazo, porque necesitamos escuela para muchas generaciones más.
Continue learning from the kids, because we're all here because of that.
Pues que sigan con esa, pues se puede decir, afán de inculcarle en los niños toda su enseñanza, y a los alumnos pues que aprovechen la oportunidad que les está dando la vida de estar aquí, ¿no? Y que salgan lo más preparados posible para hacer un mejor país.
To really appreciate all of the staff development that we offer. That's one of the things, aside from the critical thinking that's developed in students, one of the strongest characteristics I see of this school is all of the devotion that's given to staff development.
Don't be afraid to dream and think big, because it's easy just to accept things as they are, and also recognize the most important part of a school is the education and the students, and of secondary importance are buildings. Of course, buildings are important because your environment is important, but number one is the quality teachers, quality teaching, and teaching students that to think for themselves, not just to memorize, I think also is very important. And I think this school does a good job of that. I think that's what I would recommend, that future boards never forget that it needs to be student-centered, and everything else is secondary to that.
As long as ATS continues to be open to views outside of itself, I think that there's no stopping it. I mean, it'll be years after we're gone that people are continuing to have these conversations about ATS.
Just keep carrying the ball the way so many have done before you.
You need to like this school because this is your school.
Si yo pediría algo para la escuela, seguir induciendo a nuestros alumnos al trabajo en equipo, al compartir, etcétera, el no sentirse productos terminados, sino que hay que seguir luchando por aprender permanentemente, porque el día que digamos que estamos todo aprendido, te topas con pared y te das cuenta que te faltaba mucho. O sea, estar abiertos a que siempre debemos innovar y no tenerle miedo a los riesgos. Sí tenerle miedo al descuido de no valorarlo. Siempre valorar el riesgo, pero no porque exista no tomar la decisión. Todas las decisiones implican un riesgo. No negarse no temerle a los cambios que nos motive la tecnología a tomar, o sea, en aras de mejorar. Para allá vamos, o sea, la tecnología y apertura al cambio, no temerle al cambio y no cerrarse, decir que siempre le hemos hecho así, funciona, pues sí, pero puede funcionar mejor. No tener gente terca, ¿no? De alguna manera dicho, o sea, ábrete, es otro mundo.
At the end, it is all about love. It's about caring. It is about trying to think of the students and the children as little souls, little spirits that crave your respect, your admiration, your recognition.
To really enjoy those kids and bring out the best of them.
Nunca dejen de sincronizar lo educativo con lo humano, porque yo creo que es el conjunto perfecto para seguir teniendo éxito.
To keep on growing in their profession or if their students take advantage of what you have at hand. I think to keep on learning and for teachers especially to do it with the warmth. It has always been a characteristic at ATS.
Bueno, los directores y el staff, mantener siempre la idea y la filosofía de la excelencia, porque eso es lo que ha llevado a la escuela en muchos años, en 100 años, a ser líder en la zona y a formar grandes personas, no solamente alumnos.
I cannot add anything else because I think the American school is perfect. Just keep on with the good work.
Though the future always holds uncertainty, the blessing of 100 years of experience is that challenges can be appreciated as opportunities for continual growth and improvement.
ATS hacia el siguiente siglo, yo me lo imagino como una institución que va a seguir cambiando vidas y va a seguir siendo un ícono y un motivo de orgullo para todos los tan pequeños y la gente de la región.
Lo importante es la tendencia. No tengo la menor duda que la tendencia de ATS sigue siendo hacia adelante y hacia arriba.
I think that ATS will continue to develop global leaders all around the world.
I really see a sort of evolution happening here. I see where we are so willing to transform education.
I'm not sure, I will think that it's going to have a gym.
Indudable éxito en los próximos 100 años al menos.
ATS has always been very innovative, and the digital era is here, and I think that we continue to be ahead.
I think ATS has searched for many things, and good things come to people who search for them. ATS has continuously looked for the most trending educational strategies, the most important things that will help us our kids grow. So I think ATS will keep growing, and it will be going with the advancement of any educational strategies.
Continued growth and a continued pursuit of excellence.
It will be bigger and it will have more classrooms.
I don't lose hope, and I have faith that as a community we're going to be able to continue. There have been many problems in the past, some that I maybe not even been fully aware of, and we move on and we continue, and when another new problem strikes us, there's always a way to come out of it. So if we have been able to do this for 100 years, I don't see why there wouldn't be another 100 years in our future.
It's what ATS holds for the future of Mexico and the future of the world. I traveled to New York, traveled Europe, and I'm constantly running into graduates of the American School of Tampico. So its future is tied in with an interconnected world and appreciation for different diversity, different cultures, and ability to succeed in that. And so I would reverse that question. I think the future of the American school is very, very exciting and solid.
ATS siempre ha sido punta de lanza, en ese sentido, bueno, en muchos sentidos, pero ese en particular en ser innovador tanto en tendencias académicas, repito, como en pensamiento universal. Yo creo que sin duda hoy lo coloca como lo ha colocado a través del tiempo, siempre puntero en crear cosas nuevas. Lo concibo surfing the waves.
The technology will be more advanced, and there will be more plants, and the school will be bigger.
I see ATS celebrating its 200 years in an amazing way.
I think ATS is only going to get better with age.
100 more years of great stories and happy ones.
Several more centuries of success.
It is an authentic privilege to be part of this institution and a genuine honor to participate in the 100th anniversary of its founding. Thank you to everyone that has made this day possible. Because of your sacrifice and commitment, today we are able to celebrate thousands of fulfilled dreams, achieve goals, and overcome obstacles. We celebrate the beginning of a new era, one in which we cherish the lessons of our shared past in order to shoulder the great responsibility now upon us, that of building our future.
I would like to thank ATS for everything I have gotten from it. Great memories, marvelous friends, my career, everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just congratulate the school for these 100 years. I think for me, since they invite me here in the board, that for me was a privilege because I love this school, I love this institution. It's that a lot of very important people have done this. They have helped, they have left their legacy, and for that, I think it's a very big responsibility for us in the board to maintain this leadership and to improve the school in the same way these 100 years have been improving.
I love this school, that I'm so lucky to have the opportunity to study here, and that it's amazing we're already going through the 100 years, and I'm so happy to be able to participate in this video and to be able to describe that ATS is a beautiful school.
Pues nada más agradecer a los que fundaron esta escuela, a los hombres que lograron que se viniera aquí, y agradecer sobre todo al liderazgo de los directivos y maestros de esta escuela que han logrado cosas increíbles y que tenemos que seguir mejorando no solo materialmente, sino en valores y desarrollando la conciencia social.
I would like to add that ATS has always been for me and has always been like a second home. I believe ATS has provided me with the assistance and with the education to achieve what I want in life, and I would like to encourage many others to enroll to ATS and possibly bring their kids in the future to this school.
felicitar a todos los que verdaderamente han trabajado con tantas ganas, con tanto esfuerzo, que tuvieron la visión de lo que podía llegar a ser esta escuela y que se logró, que se ha logrado y que el reto es mantenerlo y siempre mejorar.
I think that ATS makes people happy, and I believe that it's our 100th year. It's really important for all of us.
I have been here for so long that most of my time is spent here at ATS. I would like to share that we all have to be thankful to have this opportunity, being part of the ATS community.
Yes, first of all, I would like to congratulate the school for its 100 years, and I would like to encourage the ATS staff to continue searching for activities and services that help us students to become better in our future. Finally, I would like to thank the school for everything it has taught me and for all the memories I have experienced here.
I'm proud to be here at ATS. This was in my destiny and I never expected it, but I'm thankful every day. Thank you.
I would like to add that I'm very positive that the students here in ATS will actually get the best out of this land of opportunities, because that is what this institution has taught us, and through character, academics, arts, and sports, I really believe, and I'm pretty positive that this will excel into a brighter future.
Well, I've lived in 4 countries and worked in many different schools. This is one of the best teaching experiences that I've ever had. And I think that's largely due to the fact that ATS recognizes its leadership that lives within. And it's very important to this school that the people who are already a part of the institution are given opportunities to lead and to express, their areas of expertise. So that makes for a happy environment. But also the sense of community, the focus that is placed on being a team, being part of a team, learning together and moving forward together, really does create just a very comfortable work environment, and people really get a chance to be their best selves professionally here. So, cheers to another 100 years.
Estamos muy contentos en nuestra familia con el privilegio de que hayan educado a nuestros hijos, cosa que desde aquí volvemos a agradecer y los felicitamos.
I feel blessed to be able to be here. It's very special for me to be involved in so many different ways, and I really appreciate the opportunity that I've been given.
I'm very happy that the school is turning 100 years. I'm very proud to be here, and I hope we can get to 100 years.
Just working here and being able to follow my vocation, my dream, and making sure that I'm here for the children and for the teachers, and making a difference, and being able to provide love to those little souls who are just starting school, making sure that they understand how valuable they are and how important it is that they give back to the world their interests and their talents, and we're all waiting to see the surprises they will bring us. So thank you, ATS. It has been most of my life I've spent here, and I wouldn't change a thing. I really like it. Thank you.
I'm amazed by how I was able to live the 90th anniversary 10 years ago, and now I get to live the 100th, and it makes me really proud because I really like this school, and I'm really proud of being a Marlin.
Pues que tengan mucho orgullo de esta institución, que se sientan contentos de participar, y sobre todo pues que estamos ya pensando en los siguientes 100 años. Cerramos un ciclo y abrimos otro. Hay proyectos, hay ideas, hay mucha energía en esta institución, y esperamos pues seguir contribuyendo cada quien desde su trinchera, y que veamos esta escuela, esta institución que tanto queremos todos seguir desarrollándose.
Yes, I think ATS just provides opportunity. In fact,
Last month in January, I got to go to Yale University to an MUN event. I was there with my friends, I was there with the whole Yale body and some teachers, and we just discussed world topics that allowed us to realize and make sense of what the world is going on right now and how we can fix it, how we can help. And also, happy birthday, ATS.
I am really excited. I started here as a staff member. I'm excited for my daughter to have the experience of being an ATS student. I think it's a very, very special opportunity. She's going to build friendships that I have seen firsthand last a lifetime. I'm impressed by Miss Irelda is still very close friends with everyone that she went to school with. Her mother is still very close friends with everyone she went to school with. These are bonds that will never be broken. And that she has an opportunity to go to school and learn 2 languages, I just think is amazing, and personally for our family, so important. So I'm so grateful that she's going to have that opportunity starting next year.
Just that I'm very proud to have been part of this school, and I love it, and I love all the teachers that I knew before, and it's exciting to watch the school develop and change as it goes.
And I would be remiss if I did not mention Emita Gutierrez, who has done such a wonderful job for our school.
Has given me a lot of good memories. It has made me the person that I am today, because I was here for many years, and I love the school. I love ATS, and I'm very proud to be part of the ATS family.
I just would like to thank the ATS for giving us this experience, giving us the opportunity to learn and to become better human beings.
And I would like to encourage all parents to be there to support their children and their young men or women here in high school, just to be there, but let them pursue their dreams and what they want to do. Just be there to support them.
Congratulate the staff for making it to 100 years, and let's hope we have another 100 years in the future.
Well, an enormous sense of pride. My goodness, this is a world-class school. This isn't just a local school in Tampico, Mexico. This school could be anywhere in the world, in New York, Paris, Washington, D.C., Mexico City, and it's just a wonderful job that the administration has done in sharing that vision with the board, that we wanted something worth our while. And I think we got it. And I, of course, have an enormous amount of pride to look around and see what's done. And the students, my goodness, I've been to some graduations. The students are getting scholarships to universities all over the world. Obviously, they're very qualified, and that's very, very pleasing, because that's what we wanted to do as a board, and I feel that we accomplished it, and I see no reason why this won't continue to the future. You've got a good board now, they work. Administration is excellent, you have quality people. That's just a formula for success. Good luck.
Happy birthday,